This is Psalms chapter 110, verse 3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of holiness. From the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash. That's the true power of heaven and earth. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and continually teach us this truth. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect Akim that's laboring in his word and truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this could be an edifying video. And I spoke with the brother Yakal last night, and we had a beautiful, beautiful conversation, man. You know, we ended up speaking for over an hour. We was only supposed to, keep it about 10 minutes because, the brother has, I knew he had to work, so I didn't want to take up all his time. But, spirit-headed, man, we had a beautiful conversation. We was bringing out scriptures, speaking about that power because spiritual power is closer than we know. And brothers already got it. The fact that the spirit is on brothers to do this work, to understand these precepts, to go on the highways and hedges, and a lot of things we say through the spirit, we'll be out there, spirit may have you say something, and then it manifests. Giving an example, it's all to glorify Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, not bigging myself up or anything like that, but, spirit had me, speak on, how the Lord said, in Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7, that, all these curses will be put on our enemies. And the spirit had me say, we gonna start seeing Edomites with dreads. And the brothers is my witness. This Edomite rolled by on a bike with dreads, man. So brothers already got spiritual power, but the Lord is going to amplify it and manifest it physically. Because like me and the brother Yakal was speaking on, that's why when we out there street speaking, people we see this all the time. They'll see us out there and they'll turn around, walk the other way, or they'll cross the street. Like they try to avoid us because this word is powerful, man. Okay, there's power in this word. Let me grab that. But the Lord, he's going to manifest the power physically, to where brothers is going to do things that Yahweh Shai did, man. Yahweh Shai himself said that. The works that I do, ye shall do greater because I return unto the Father. So the prophets today are going to heal, because that power is not only a defense mechanism against Esau, because the Lord is going to lift up that standard. Scriptures say when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. But, also we're going to be healing, man. And it's all to glorify Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and to comfort the believers. Okay, because like I'm saying, man, me and the bro, we had a beautiful conversation, man. But this is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. So this word is that powerful, man. It's so powerful that people don't want to walk by. And when they do walk by, they feel condemned. They feel cut. They feel like they got to agree. A lot of these Edomites, they walk by, they'll bow their head. They through. They'll agree with us. So, and not even knowing that what we're saying is condemning them. But this word is powerful. And we had a guy who I strongly believe is an angel. All right, the brother Yerama, he believed that was an angel as well. He came up and he was like, do y'all know how powerful y'all are right now? Do y'all know how powerful y'all? Because truly we don't realize how powerful we are when we're speaking in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. But it's going to manifest physically very soon, to where you can't deny that the power these men serve is real. And that's, me and your call was speaking on that, because the Lord is all about showing out. Okay, he's the Most High is the ultimate Jake, man. Yahweh Shai is the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, and we know Judah like to flex, Judah like to stunt. The Most High, it's all through the scriptures, man. He like to stunt, man. So in the midst of all this chaos, he's going to use his men to magnify his name. And that's why, let me jump back. That's why I started off with this. And I'm going to show an example of this in the scriptures in the book of Acts. All right, this is Psalms chapter 110, verse 3 again. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. So when all hell breaks loose and the Lord, has Esau turned up out here, because Esau going to turn up, man. He Revelation 12:12. He's going to come with great wrath because he know his time is running out. So he going to be crashing out, man. And he going to be killing people, man. It's going to get to a point where, look, if you don't take that device, he's going to kill you. So the Lord is going to show another way through his men, his servants, the prophets. Okay, and many believers is going to witness the power and believe, man. And it's going to be a beautiful thing, which 2/3 is way more of our people, here in Babylon. Way more of our people is going to die than those is going to be saved. Like the angel told Esdras, there be many more which shall perish than those that shall be saved, like as a wave is greater than a drop. But nonetheless, the 1/3 is still going to be, a big number, okay, of believers, men, women, and children that's going to believe, man, But let me go to the book of Acts, because this is a good example of that, which is going to be on a way greater scale in this time. Okay, because we're in a time where the world has went so long, without seeing the manifestation of the power of the Lord, which the Lord is in all things. He brings judgment every day. Okay, he controls everything. The sun obeys him, the moon. That's why he said, if these depart from my control, then will I do away with Israel. Roughly paraphrasing. But what I'm meaning is, see, in the ancient world, like you had the pool where our people knew an angel would come down, and if you were in the water, you would be healed of any type of disease, any infirmity you had, if you were in the water when the angel came down. So our people, they were used to strange things, which Yahweh Shai would do certain miracles, and then you would have our people, they would say, we have seen strange things today, but it wasn't like in today's time where people just wouldn't believe that would ever happen. The Lord is about to manifest it greatly, man. But this is Acts chapter 3, verse 1. Now Peter and John went up together into the temple at the hour of prayer, being the 9th hour, and a certain man lame from his mother's womb, was carried, whom they laid daily at the gate of the temple, which is called Beautiful, to ask alms of them that entered into the temple, who, seeing Peter and John about to go into the temple, asked an alms. And Peter, fastening his eyes upon him with John, said, look on us. And he gave heed unto them, expecting to receive something of them. So he was thinking they was about to give him some money. Then Peter said, silver and gold have I none, but such as I have, give I thee. In the name of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach of Nazareth, rise up and walk. So with that power in the name of the Lord, man, he commanded him to walk. And that's the type of level the Lord is going to put our faith at, to where we're going to believe so much that in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, we're going to command things to happen, and they will happen, man. Just like this account. And he took him by the right hand and lifted him up, and immediately his feet and ankle bones received strength. And he, leaping up, stood and walked and entered with them into the temple, walking and leaping and praising the Most High. And there's examples where Yahweh Shai would heal someone and he would say, don't tell anybody. Don't, keep this a secret. And they would tell everybody anyway, because it's like, man, how could you not? Like this man right here, he could never walk. And he was healed, man. Yahweh Shai healed those that couldn't see. He raised the dead. He did a lot of things. And he said his servants is going to do that, man, but on a greater level, man. So, I'm expecting to see brothers. And, of course, I believe it's going to begin with, the apostles and elders on down, because the Most High does things in order. So it's going to begin with his top men. And I believe once we see it, it's going to amplify our faith. Have us, I'm going to call on the Lord and exalt his name. Lord willing, though. But reading on, it says, and all the people saw him walking and praising the Most High, and they knew it was he which sat for alms at the beautiful gate of the temple. And they were filled with wonder and amazement at that which had happened unto him. So they were like, man, how is he, what? They recognized him like, man, this guy, how is he able to walk? I just saw him at the gate as usual. They were amazed. They was like, what happened? And as the lame man, which was healed, held Peter and John. So he was like, man, those men over there, man. All the people ran together unto them in the porch that is called Solomon's, greatly wondering. So they all ran up to Peter and John. This is going to happen in these times, man. That's why I read, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. Then they going to want to listen. See, we're used to people not, listening, stopping. They don't stop as much as they used to because this word that went out. We used to all the time have people stopping, scoffing, talking shit. But, our people don't take us serious. But it's going to come a time when they see that power, they going to want to hear. They're going to be like, oh, man, what? So, reading on. And when Peter saw it, he answered unto the people, ye men of Israel, why marvel ye at this, or why look ye so earnestly on us, as though by our own power or holiness we had made this man to walk? So Peter is in the spirit that, Lord willing, we're gonna be in when we get that power. Lord willing, the Lord, grants us that to exalt his name. We're going to be in that spirit, giving all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem and Yahweh Shai. Peter was taking the low. Like, we ain't do this by our own power. It said, and he's giving the credit. The power of Abraham and of Isaac and of Jacob, the power of our fathers, have glorified his son, Yahweh Shai, whom ye delivered up and denied him in the presence of Pilate when he was determined to let him go. But ye denied the Holy One and the just, and desired a murderer to be granted unto you. So some of those were around at the crucifixion, and he's letting them know that. But then as you go on, I'm not going to finish reading this chapter, but as you go on, he goes to say, I know that ye did it out of ignorance, and you had some of those that, repented. Okay, and that's why when you go to the next chapter, start at verse 1, and as they spake unto the people, the priests and the captain of the temple and the Sadducees came upon them, being grieved that they taught the people and preached through Yahweh Shai the resurrection of the dead. And they laid hands on them and put them in hold until the next day, for it was now eventide. So, Peter and John got grabbed up, but this next verse is what I really want to get. Howbeit, many of them which heard the word believed, and the number of the men was about 5,000. So they heard of the miracle that Peter and John did in the name of the Lord, and there was no denying it. It was like, there's no way this guy's lying. Like, we're so used to seeing him at the gate. He couldn't walk. So it's like, yo, this guy, he can walk now. He's jumping, he's leaping. He's praising the Lord, and these men are telling the truth. You know, they're telling the truth, because how could they do that? How could they heal this man and the Lord is not with them? How? The Lord has to be with them. And that's how it's going to be in the times we're coming into. The Lord is going to use us to do certain miracles, to do certain things, and we're going to let believers know this is your power. Your power, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, is doing the works through me. Yahweh Shai himself, he always gave the credit to the Most High. He said it. He said the Father doeth the works through me. You know? So Lord willing, that's the spirit we're in. But I just wanted to bring out this example because these times is coming back. All right, Lord willing, this was an edifying video. With that, I'm going to say shalom.